Yeah.
It's been a minute. Morning. If I seem a little unorganized, a few weeks ago, I got to really thinking about a phrase that I've heard majority do as the Romans do. I've heard that phrase a lot, and I've used it quite a bit, just to make me feel complacent in a situation that I'm in. Whether it was the right thing to do, or whether I did the right things, or whether I really showed that I was a child of God in that situation or not, that's what I did. If you would, turn to Isaiah 26. We're going to start out in the first verse here. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah, having a strong, we have a strong city. Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. Thou shalt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for the Lord Jehovah is everlasting slow, even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust. Whenever I'm gone, like I was gone for 3 weeks, I believe. I stayed in Arkansas because, well, these past 3 weeks have beat me to the dirt. It's been hot. But luckily we have brethren down south that I really find joy in, visiting and fellowshipping with them. I really do. So that's kind of like my home away from home. Hotels are amazing, by the way. It's wonderful. But in that, whenever I first started, whenever Chris and I first started over here, I was told that I was going to have a lot of responsibilities, that I was going to have to take up, well, what I think is an act. I'm going to act like something that I'm not ready for. In that, I've took it and I've sprinted with it in my mind. So whenever I'm at the hotel or I'm in the camper with Chris, I constantly think of work. Because in my mind, I'm not home, so I'm at work. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I hate that saying. I despise it. Because in my mind, that's what I'm doing. I'm not home, I'm in Rome. And I'm going to act as the Romans do. I'm going to act like I'm at work. And I'm just going to constantly think of the problems and the issues, which I already find out Chris has answered 90% of the time. But I do. I sit there and contemplate and just face with where I'm at. I'm stuck in Rome. Whenever I brought this up to Chris, I asked him what his opinion was on when in Rome. He goes, "Well, you just want to pillage everything? You just want to destroy everything in your path?" I was like, no, just hear me out. I've tried to fit in where I'm at. I've tried to adjust who I am to the people that are around me, which is a terrible thing to do. I guess that falls more under a confessional. Have I acted like one of God's children for the past 3 weeks? My pride says yes. My ego says yes. But that small voice says, no, you've just shown yourself to be a fool. Now, if you would, turn to Psalms 119. and verse 1. If I can find it. There it is. Blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep his testimony and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do not iniquity, they walk in his ways. He has commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways are directed to keep thy statutes with uprightness of heart. When I shall have learned thy righteous judgments, I will keep thy statutes. Or, oh, forsake me not utterly. I've had a lot of, well, I've been with Knight and Wilson for almost 2 years now. I've stumbled, I've tripped, I've fallen, I've made an idiot out of myself. But like Chris and I have talked about, I wouldn't want to work anywhere else for anybody else, because I am so thankful for the brethren that have been set above me and around me. Because if it weren't for those who have been set around me, I wouldn't have learned my mistakes. And in that, I'm so thankful to be home. I try to do things by myself. I've tried to keep God's commandments without keeping God. You can't keep God's laws, God's commandments. You can't keep the relationship with God without having God in it. I believe that's what it is. Because I had a lot laid upon my heart on what to say, more as a confessional than a